how José Mourinho walked into a web of power, lies, and danger. In the electrifying world of football, where passion runs deep and power often hides in the shadows, some stories are darker than others. Welcome to Soccer Shadows, where we expose the secrets others fear to tell. Today's story reveals how leaked WhatsApp messages exposed a mafia-like scandal in Turkish football and put José Mourinho in the crosshairs. José Mourinho, a name synonymous with triumph, controversy, and charisma, shocked the world when he signed with Turkish giants Fenerbahce. At 61, the Portuguese tactician, dubbed the Special One, sought a new challenge in a country where football is more than just a game. It's war. Fans flooded Istanbul streets when he arrived. Banners of his face adorned the airport. The club's social media pages shattered records with millions of likes. His presence promised glory, but behind the cheering crowds and flashing cameras, whispers of corruption and vendettas brewed. Not long after his arrival, shocking WhatsApp messages surfaced. Leaked to the press by an anonymous whistleblower, the text suggested that senior officials within the Turkish Football Federation and people tied to rival club Galatasaray were conspiring against Mourinho and Fenerbahce. The phrase that dominated headlines, "B will make him pay." In the messages, officials allegedly discussed ways to punish Mourinho and teach him his place. Suggestions ranged from assigning biased referees to opening fabricated disciplinary investigations. One chilling line read, "Let him feel how we control this game." For years, Turkey's football scene has battled allegations of match-fixing, mafia influence, and political interference. In 2012, a massive scandal rocked the league when Fenerbahce's then president was sentenced to prison for fixing matches, charges he denied. Many believe nothing really changed. The WhatsApp leak seemed to confirm what fans already feared. Powerful figures still manipulate results and intimidate those who challenge their authority. The media frenzy was immediate. Fenerbahce supporters flooded social media with outrage, trending hashtags in support of their new manager. Some even took to the streets in protest, carrying banners that read, "Hands off Mourinho." Meanwhile, Galatasaray fans mocked, posting memes and chanting provocative songs during matches. Journalists dug deeper, uncovering long-standing ties between certain federation officials and organized crime networks. One investigative piece revealed how a notorious Istanbul mob boss was seen dining with federation insiders weeks before the leak. For Mourinho, it was yet another chapter in a career defined by conflict. But this was no ordinary feud. His family reportedly received anonymous threats. Extra security was deployed at Fenerbahce's training grounds and stadium. At matches, security teams scanned the crowd for known troublemakers. In a tense press conference, Mourinho stared down a room full of reporters and declared, "I am not afraid of shadows. They will not silence me." Those words only further inflamed the situation. Anonymous sources from within the federation hinted that if Mourinho continued to provoke, they would escalate their tactics. Some speculated that matches would be subtly influenced, yellow cards and suspensions piling up against Fenerbahce players. Former referees spoke out, claiming they'd been pressured in the past to favor certain clubs, or else risk their careers. One even confessed to receiving envelopes of cash in exchange for small mistakes during key matches. These revelations painted a grim picture of Turkish football's underbelly. And yet, Mourinho remained defiant. He kept coaching, winning matches, and posting cryptic messages on his Instagram. One caption reading simply, "I play the game my way." The scandal widened when more leaks emerged, including audio recordings of heated conversations between Federation executives discussing neutralizing Mourinho's influence. In one recording, an official laments, "He does not respect the order. He must learn. Even UEFA reportedly took notice, quietly monitoring the situation. Some reports claimed they'd begun collecting evidence to determine if Turkey's football governance violated ethical standards. At Soccer Shadows, we dig beyond the headlines to show you the real cost of ambition and the price of crossing the wrong people. This wasn't just about football anymore. It was about control, pride, and the invisible hands that pull the strings. If you're fascinated by the hidden truths of football, subscribe to Soccer Shadows for more stories that others dare not tell. The players, too, felt the pressure. Fenerbahçe's squad reportedly faced increased scrutiny from referees, with a noticeable rise in penalties and red cards against them. Some players began speaking anonymously to foreign journalists, describing an environment of fear and suspicion. Fans clashed outside stadiums. Police detained dozens after violence broke out between rival supporters. Chants of "We will make him pay" and "Mourinho is ours" echoed through Istanbul nights. Meanwhile, Turkish politicians were dragged into the mess, some accused of quietly backing the federation's campaign against Mourinho to protect their own interests. One former Galatasaray executive, speaking on condition of anonymity, admitted, "When someone like Mourinho comes here, he doesn't just play football, he challenges power. That is dangerous." Through it all, Mourinho kept walking his sideline, adjusting his tie, barking orders, and smiling at his players. He even began quoting Turkish proverbs during interviews, subtly mocking his opponents. At one match, as Fenerbahce won 2-0, he looked straight at the cameras and mouthed, "Still here." For many in Turkey, this scandal wasn't shocking, it was confirmation. They'd long suspected their beloved game was riddled with corruption. But seeing it play out with a global icon like Mourinho forced them to confront uncomfortable truths. At Soccer Shadows, we tell these stories not to shame the game, but to reveal the shadows behind its beauty, to show how even the greatest are not immune to the darkness. José Mourinho's arrival in Turkey reignited old rivalries and exposed deep cracks in the foundation of its football culture. His fight is no longer just about trophies. It's about dignity, resistance, and survival in a world where whispers carry more weight than cheers. "We will make him pay." That was their threat. But as long as he walks the sideline, calm yet defiant, it seems the only ones paying the price are those who tried to silence him. Thanks for watching Soccer Shadows. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories from football's hidden side.